Fast Cars and Paul Walker are back in Too Fast, Too Furious, the sequel to the 2001 hit movie The Fast and the Furious. Walker reprises his role as Brian O'Connor, an undercover LAPD detective who lost his badge and is now street racing in Miami. Paul Walker, good morning. Sweet move, by the way.
Thanks.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
We only had to do that 3 times. So.
You know, sequels normally build, of course, on the whole issue of familiarity. Same cast, same director. You're the only familiar face we see in this movie.
Yeah, me and Tom Barry, actually. He plays Bilkins. He actually comes back as well.
And was that a risk when you found out Vin Diesel, for example, wasn't coming back? Did you kind of think, well, this may be an uphill struggle because it is a different movie?
Yeah, I think initially that was everyone's concern, you know, because a lot of people attributed the success of the first one to Vin. But, you know, apparently the fan base was there and the interest to see a sequel was there regardless as to whether or not he came back. So we went out and made another one.
And your partner is Tyrese in this film. He was stopped by earlier this week, fun guy, and he says you guys are best of buddies now. What was it like working with him?
No, it's just like you said. You hear it all the time, you know. People come in, you know, and they give their co-stars a little pat on the back. But I've done a handful of movies, and you know, he's just a really good guy.
And he's funny too. This movie seemed like it had more of a sense of humor than the first one.
Yeah, he's one of the few guys out there. I think he's definitely a good-looking guy. There's no question. But I think he's funny on top of it. I mean, there aren't many guys out there that are like that.
Okay, you play Brian O'Connor in this film. Now, in the first film, you were a cop. You let the bad guy go away. This time, you're kind of working for the police. Explain.
All right. Well, basically, yeah, in the first one, I let the Dominic Toretto character go, and I'm looking at jail time. And as a police officer, that's not so good. So, yeah, I choose. I split for Miami, and so basically, I'm living underground, but I'm still street racing. Lo and behold, the authorities, they catch up with me, and basically they hold a rap sheet over my head of my wrongdoings in Los Angeles, and they say, look, either go do this job for us or you're going to jail. So that's when I tracked down Tyrese Gibson, who plays Roman Pierce. And he's an
ex-con.
A childhood friend of mine in the movie. And yeah, and then we go out and whoop on the bad guys.
Let me show another clip. This is where you do something called the stare and drive to Eva Mendes. She plays the undercover agent who's also working on a case with you. Take
Children,
a look.
don't try this at home.
You might want to keep your eyes on the road, Playboy.
What, you think we're going to crash?
I haven't decided yet.
What are you doing, Brian? He did the stare and drive on you, didn't he? He got that from me.
Ah, the old stare and drive routine. You said going into it, children don't try this at home. That's an issue with these films because it's street racing and the fear, of course, is it might influence kids to try this.
No, believe me, they have me going out and doing PSAs and all that sort of thing. So.
It's something you're well aware of. Racing, I don't know if a lot of people know this, is a hobby of yours. You like to drive fast cars. Was there a temptation to want to take the stunt drivers out of the car and say, I got it in this movie? Did you drive a lot?
Yeah, I mean, we had 2 units going. We had first unit, second unit. So essentially we have 2 different crews going the whole time. Most of the real intense stunt work takes place on second unit. But I got to do my fair share of stuff first unit, which was a lot of fun.
The action seemed even more intense in this film than the first.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're making a sequel, so we had to up the bar. You know, it's one of those things where we have a lot of diehard fans out there, and the last thing we could do is let them down. So, you know, the first time around, every race was in a quarter mile straight line, and this time, you know, all the racing sequences, the driving sequences especially, I just think they're a lot more visual, a lot more fun to watch.
Well, it certainly brings action to the action movie genre. Paul Walker, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Good to talk to you.
Appreciate it.